2K has officially saved my team. However, though, can they keep it up?
I hope so.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everybody else in between, today we have to talk about how 2K saved my team with what I consider the best event of the year and possibly a top 5 event of all time in 2K history. And if you're like me and you want to see more events like this and you also want to see 2K keep it up, then like the video right now. And of course, tell me, what do you guys think about everything that 2K added? Because I want to hear your thoughts. I want this to be a conversation because I feel like everybody has their own opinions, but I feel like every single person can agree that this has been the best event of the year because they had everything basically for everybody, right? They had, Vince Carter for the people that want to spend money. They had great budget options for people that can't spend money but can still play the game. A lot of people are walking away with free Dark Matters, free Galaxy Opals, free Pink Diamonds, free players. And you know what I always say, if it's free, it's for me. So I really want to know what you guys think about it. And now I do want to emphasize that I'm not saying that 2K is perfect, but I do like what they did for All-Star Weekend. They added free players, agendas, locker codes, challenges, basically everything you could ask for. However, though, they did leave us hanging for Valentine's Day. Completely left us hanging dry, and of course moment cards like 2K. Bring back moment cards. But like I said in the beginning, 2K did save my team, but are they going to be able to keep it up? And the reason that I say they saved my team and they changed everything is because I loaded into Park this weekend, and for the first time, I actually saw a variety of different players. Because usually I'd be going up against the Wembys, the Dr. J's, all these overpowered broken cards. And this time around, I actually, and even right now, I'm still going up against different type of budget ballers, money spent players, no money spent players. Obviously, you're still going to run into the Wembys. You're still going to run into, the Dr. J's and stuff like that. But people are running the Pink Diamonds. They're super cheap. Oh, I almost grabbed that ball right there. Look at that. People are running Jason Kidd, Thompson. Like, people still got that David Robinson, obviously Dr. J. And this is such a different shift and change in my team. This is why I want to know what you guys think about it, because I just want to know your thoughts and opinions too, because I'm going to share with you how they saved my team in my opinion, which of course the first thing is of course having different levels of people actually playing the game. And 2K right now definitely is looking at the feedback and the thoughts and opinions of everybody, so that's why I want you guys to tell me what you think about the All-Star Festival, because they actually did extend it. This originally ended on the 18th, at least the part where you got a free gold item after every win. Obviously the exchanges and the challenges were still going to be here until the new season, which of course they still are. So they did extend of course the free wins, the free packs you get after every win. Now I do want to focus first on Vince Carter. We're going to talk about the locker codes, the agendas, the challenges, and everything. But Vince Carter obviously is the card for the people that want to spend money. They can get him. But even if you can't spend money, you can still get somebody like Jason Richardson, who I consider about 90 to 97% of Vince Carter. And I know that's crazy for some people, but listen, 100 overall Vince Carter is obviously going to be the better card because 2K has always been like that. You spend money, you have a chance of getting the best cards. And I say a chance because even when you spend money, you're not guaranteed to get the best players, right? And so when it comes to this, you can see the three-pointer, 92 versus 99, not big of a difference. Same driving dunk, 99, 99, 6'6", 6'6", and Jason is even longer, pause, but he does have a 6'11 wingspan versus 6'9". Of course, Vince Carter is going to have 99 stats, better animations, but the fact that you can get Jason Richardson by just completing a few agendas and challenges versus spending hundreds, thousands of dollars, you know what I mean? Like, you can tell, right? Like, they actually had something for everybody. Defensively, Jason, that's really where he lacks, but outside of that, great animations, great driving ability, great shooting ability. The release is great. I love it. Vince Carter, again, the better card. But I love the fact that 2K actually had something for everybody. So the people that want to spend money, they can go after the Vince Carters. And people that don't want to spend money, they can go after Jason Richardson. They kind of did something with Magic Johnson, even though Magic Johnson is now available to earn for free if you did everything they've been adding. But also, if you can't get him, then you can get somebody like Zach LaVine, who I consider, he has a better release than Magic Johnson. I will tell you that. Magic, obviously, the bigger point guard. But the fact that there's actually variety, that's what I want to emphasize, because 2K, you need to keep this up. You need to add players that people can go after if they want to spend money, but also have an alternative where people can actually earn a card. For example, Zach LaVine, a really good card. If you don't have him, you better already have a better point guard, or you better get him right now. Really good card. Better dunker. Three-point shooting is the same. I believe LaVine has a better release, in my opinion, than Magic. Obviously, Magic's still going to be the better card overall since he's a better passer. He's bigger and stuff like that. But again, one you got to spend money on. The other one is so easy to get. And you even get Aaron Gordon. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, even the animations, like, I love LaVine. Like, he was actually my point guard before they started dropping even more point guards. So you can see, still quick release timing, still a great release. Zach LaVine, always a great card every year. So I just love the fact that they actually did that. You know what I mean? And you get Aaron Gordon. And in my opinion, I think that this is something 2K can keep doing, and they should keep doing, not just for All-Star, but like they should do it at least once or twice a month, in my opinion, just because there's something for everybody. Even the diamonds, the pink diamonds, you know, you want to get a free box, you want to get badges for MT. A lot of people right now are trying to get that MT, you know, by downgrading their items, you know, going down here and getting the badges, quick selling them and stuff like that. So there's just different ways of doing this, right? And let's move on to the next thing, because of course that is going to be the challenges. Now, I did mention earlier how they kind of left us hanging with Valentine's Day and of course moment cards, because they did add, of course, you know, kind of moments, but like not really, you know what I mean? Because we still do have the Steph Curry. You know, I've been slacking on this. I've been very busy this past week with everything that's been going on, but at the same time though, I'm gonna get this done before it does expire. But you know, they definitely could have added a moment Steph Curry, a locker code for Steph Curry, but they did add challenges. So for the first time, probably I think all year, it actually mattered what was going on. I think we did have like the Derrick Rose, you know, retirement, or he announced his retirement and stuff like that. So you know, this is one of the very few times where the NBA actually mattered for my team. So I do feel like this is something that 2K needs to keep doing. But they got to bring back moment cards. I think moment cards is definitely something that 2K can still improve on, right? Because again, it's not perfect. But I do like the direction that 2K went with the challenges and agendas, because you can get, you know, multiple free 100 overall cards right now. You can still get multiple free Dark Matter event cards, which you can use for that MT. You can use for the players you want, the exchanges, the challenges, whatever you want to do. It's really up to you. And they got the Galaxy Opals here too, you know, based on the winners. Really wish the winners would have just got moment cards, but you know, they definitely could have added like a locker code for some of these cards, because their value did go up. But I still think you can still buy these players for the low and then just sell them back. You shouldn't lose any MT. If anything, you should be able to make MT, right? Especially with how many people are finishing the challenges and then selling it. So even if you wait until there's 24 hours left on these agendas, that's when you're going to get the cards even cheaper. So if you're still on a budget, you know, you can still wait until those cards get cheaper. And now also, as you guys know, I started my journey in my team being a sniper. You know, I used to snipe like crazy. I don't have the time to snipe anymore because it's really time consuming. But the fact that the snipers are also happy, like there's so many budget cards you can pick up. The auction house has crashed. I made a video covering, of course, some of the best players you can pick up. And I love the fact that you can actually go into the auction house and pick up some really good players that can compete with those Dark Matters, those Galaxy Opals, and then of course, you know, the 100 overall Vince Carter and so on. So the fact that you can even snipe, make MT, and cards are actually accessible, I love that. Like, I love that part about my team, because I just love being able to see people just go, you know, different routes, right? It's like, if you want to spend that money for Vince Carter, go for it. If you want to get the Jason Richardson, go for it. If you want to pick up a player in the auction house like Bilal, maybe you want to get Brandon Miller, guess what? You can also do that. There's so many different options that everybody can do. You guys know I love Castle right here, really good point guard. It's just the fact that there's actually, you know, options. It's not just, oh, you either have a Dark Matter or you get nothing. You know, pick up a Bilal if you have an already really good card. Again, I did cover some of the cards. You know, I did mention before. Even Bobo, like, when have you ever seen a Bobo be around this price? Like, never, bro. Bobo is always crazy. Now, he's not as broken as he used to be, but still, though, a really good card. And obviously, as 2K releases bigger and better cards, the prices are going to get even cheaper. You know, Galaxy Opals are already a buy now. You know, eventually Dark Matters will be a buy now as they release, you know, the higher end cards, more 100 overall players, Invincibles, GOAT cards eventually. Because we are getting GOAT cards this year. Obviously, we had the Tatum and so on. So Dark Matters are still expensive. You know, I'm not saying everything is cheap, but Dark Matters, actually, I mean, look at Steph Curry, 300K. You know, before All-Star Weekend, Dark Matters were averaging at about like 2 million MT. You can get a Towns for under 300K. I still think there's pink diamonds and opals and, you know, diamonds that are better than most Dark Matters in terms of like a Steph Curry, Michael Jordan, like Scottie Pippen, Dr. J. You know, they're still really good, but they have their pink diamond versions. You know, obviously Shea, Giannis, still elite cards, of course. There's always going to be the big and the bad, right? It's like the big boys that everyone's going to want to get, like Hakeem, really good card. There's always going to be those expensive cards. There's never going to be a time in my team or any other game where like the top card is going to be 100K, right? It's like there has to be a high-end card You know, that way the other cards get cheaper and cheaper and cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. So eventually we'll see that with Dark Matters, of course, but at the moment Dark Matters are definitely still expensive. And now something that 2K can still improve on is, of course, the pack odds. I know they release, you know, guaranteed stuff. Obviously, if you spent money, you know, you were able to get guaranteed Dark Matters, guaranteed Galaxy Opals, option packs, and so on. So I do like the fact that 2K did give us, you know, guaranteed stuff, but at the same time, though, the pack odds need to be better, especially with the new season. Like, we better, like, get away from less than 1%. Like, get rid of that. I'm assuming with more 100 overall players, they'll probably be less than 1% for 100 overall players, and Dark Matters Opals should go up. You know, they should. That's something I'm expecting as well moving forward, as we always see every year, right? As bigger and better cards come out, the other ones, you know, their odds get higher and higher. But overall, there should definitely be more guaranteed stuff. There needs to be better pack odds. So again, it's good, but it can get better. Because the guaranteed stuff, I do like it, even though it's still pretty expensive. $100 for a box is insane. It's crazy. So 2K, maybe like, you know, tone it down a little bit. Or give us more for our money, right? It's like maybe 2 Dark Matters next time instead of just 1. Multiple Galaxy Opals and so on. And so the pack odds still definitely need an improvement. But I do like the guaranteed stuff, even though they still got to get rid of, you know, the whole unsellable stuff. Because you should be able to sell a card, even if you get a duplicate. Because if you're able to sell the cards, you know, these Dark Matters will get even cheaper. And then that'll make more cards accessible. So the whole, like, unsellable stuff, it needs to go. It needs to get out of here. And like I always say, don't get caught up on the tiers. You know, I know Dark Matters, you know, you would think are, like, the best of the best. But even if you pick up a Pink Diamond Dr. J, you get the Galaxy Opal Jason Richardson, you're looking good. You know what I'm saying? Like, really good budget options. A lot of Pink Diamonds that used to be really good are so much better now. Like, you can actually find some crazy stuff. Let's take a look at, you know, the higher end Pink Diamonds, you know, just to see where we're at. You know, like the Giannis's, you know, Cade. Look at that. He's not even. Man, this used to be 400, 500s, 800K. Now he's barely, I don't even think he's getting any bids. Now he's not getting a bid. Adam is still good. So even if you don't want to pick up, you know, even a Zach Edey, he's not 100K. He's like 60, 70. You know, Porzingis dropped in value. You know, Wemby's still expensive because it's Wemby. This man is a demigod, 7'4". But even like the LeBron he dropped, he used to be like 500, 800, you know, Big Z. So you can see, I know the Dark Matters are shiny, but you can definitely still find some really good Pink Diamonds. Again, Zach Edey right here. You can get him for 30, 20K. Even, you know, Beasley dropped a bit in value. He was going for like 500, 600. So you can see, right, there's definitely options. And so the market is looking really good right now. But of course, it can get better if they get rid of unsellable stuff, increase the pack odds. And then, of course, you know, locker codes. We love locker codes update here. And they actually delivered. I just, you know, I just wish they would have dropped something for Valentine's Day, right? Now, when it comes to locker codes, can it get better? Of course. They need to go back to giving us locker codes every single time that they drop packs. We should be able to get a deluxe pack at the very minimum. I know they add challenges, agendas, and I get it. But there should be at least 1, 2, 3, maybe even 5 locker codes a week. I know that's being a little, you know, greedy, but they used to do that. We used to get like 10 locker codes every weekend from like creators and stuff. I used to give out locker codes too. 2K, bring that back. Let's give out some locker codes to the 2K community. Because I do like the fact that they gave us the Galaxy Opal locker code. It still is actively available, by the way, if you do want to use it. Obviously, with this locker code, you also had an All-Star Festival event card, which, you know, I read the comments, you know, people told me they basically got gold cards, so I really wish that would have been at least an amethyst or higher. But the fact we got a free Galaxy Opal, I do like that right there. We definitely do need more locker codes that correlates with what's going on in the NBA. And of course, just random ones, right, with the new updates and everything. And then, of course, you know, I wouldn't be mad at more hidden locker codes. You know, for example, they did drop this a while back, you know, back in the Bay 2K. That's literally a locker code right there. Yeah, that's actually a locker code. Like, I wouldn't be mad if in the new season they add something where, you know, some people are like, oh, is that a locker code? And then it turns out that it is a locker code. And I think this is really fun to just be on the lookout for potential future hidden locker codes like we used to. You know, this is something that 2K used to do consistently. They would drop so many locker codes. So we need more locker codes in 2K, especially with the 100 overall cards being here now, right? It's like they're here. You know, I want to see more locker codes. Maybe eventually a free 100 overall locker code. You know, eventually it'll happen. So this is like another locker code. I'm not sure if this one is still actively available because it did get leaked early and then people figured it out with the mural stuff and the Vince Carter. So 2 locker codes that they released for All-Star Weekend, even though, Valentine's Day, they left us hanging. That's messed up, man. I thought you loved us, 2K. And now I don't know much about coding a video game, but I like to think that adding, locker codes consistently again, I don't think is that crazy. Like as long as you're adding, players into the packs, agendas, challenges, I think it's a great idea. And speaking of stuff to add, they gotta update the game modes, right? Showdown, breakouts, triple threat park. Triple threat park does get updated consistently, so I think that's fine. That can still be better, add more MT rewards, better daily rewards and stuff like that. King of the Court definitely needs an update and upgrade for like the rewards on that. Salary cap is looking pretty good so far this year. It can still get better, obviously. Hopefully they do, update that with some really good rewards in the new season. Obviously, we should be seeing a new domination with the new season. Exhibitions, they're kind of still there. Play with friends. Maybe they can add more stuff, to do in the community. Maybe some community events. We used to get community events. And then, of course, challenges, agendas. As long as they keep updating these consistently, like the weekly challenges, which they definitely sometimes give us some good stuff, sometimes they don't. So hopefully we do see an improvement on that, especially with everything we saw, in the exchange, the events, and so on. So 2K, if you're watching this video, I like what you did with this event, but it's something that you should continue and consistently do. Don't just do this one time a year. Every single season we should see something like this. And so let me know what you guys think about it. Just wanted to share my thoughts with you. If you want to see more, check out the pack opening, check out the free stuff. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.